Oh, there it is. Okay, audio should be good. Little hi in the chat. There we go. Okay. Oh, hello, T Early. Finally able to join again. Yeah, thanks for joining. I can't. I don't have like a proper setup here, so I don't know who's. Carmine. Oh, hi, Carmine. How are you? I don't have like a proper setup here, so I can't see. I can barely see the chat, and I don't know who's in here or who's not, or any of the statistics or analytics. So it's I'm just winging it, but yeah, nice to see you. I'm just gonna do some rando character stuff. I think I hardly ever do any character stuff, and I haven't warmed up, so it's not like a full informative, really nice stream. It's just gonna see it's just gonna be a tiny little stream, but you can see me making mistakes and stuff and all of that, so that's good. I'm also eating, so ignore the chewing. Oh my goodness. Yasmin, hello. How you doing, Yasmin? It's been ages. Nice to see his beautiful art again. Oh, thanks. There's nothing on the page just yet, but we'll get something up. Yeah, if my chewing is too loud, let me know. Oh yeah, and also I've updated Photoshop, and it has a really bad habit of no, I don't need to save this. It's done. Really bad habit of crashing lately. It's like just terrible. It crashes like anytime I do anything remotely stressful on the RAM or the memory or something, and it's yeah, so when I'm moving around really quick like this, it'll just crash. You'll notice this navigator goes really thin, and then you can't do anything. It used to do that, but it's fine now. Yeah, let's just character sketching for the YouTubes. Here we go. What are you snacking on? It's a pastrami cheese salami wrap, like a folded toasted. It's so nice. It's so good. It's been a long time. Doing great. What about you? Yeah, doing really good. Thanks. Doing really good. Lots of new clients. Lots of new stuff. I'm trying to do. Like, there's always been 24 hours in a day, but it's always felt like there's only 5, and I'm trying to force myself to do more productive stuff. So things like, I don't know, trying to get more hours out of the day, even though it's the same amount of hours. I'm just trying to push it. But yeah, just I'm just going to do some character stuff. There's a like a thing, a personal project I'm working on, a story, a comic. Some of you have seen it. It's the one with the boy and the fox in it, and they're mainly in a forest. I'll just be doing stuff for that. Obviously there's the boy character, he needs some development. There's a bunch of other characters for that story, so that's just who these people are. And yeah, I haven't warmed up, so there's no like there's no thoughtful yeah, so these might be trash, is what I'm saying. These might be trash, they might be unusable. trying to get that shape. There we go. But it could be, it could just be fun to watch if someone else is doing art alongside. That could be fun. But yeah, doing good, thanks. There we go. See, I don't normally do characters, so it's kind of out of my comfort zone. It's not a comfortable thing, like when you're doing... Oh, Joel is here too. Hello, Joel. Hey, Joel and Yasmin. Everything good with you? God damn, that sounds good, yeah. Tastes good as well, it smells good. It's so... I'll finish it and then I'll actually jump into the art. But yeah, thanks for joining, guys. You two still married? I assume you're still married, right? You're still living in Sweden, was it? Also, is the music too loud or too quiet? I've just got like, I think it's like Sonic, lo-fi Sonic stuff. Well, on vacation at the moment, spending some time in Copenhagen. Love Copenhagen, amazing city. Copenhagen, nice. Nice. I've never been actually. It's on the to-do list. I'm glad you're enjoying it though. Why are you watching my stream instead of going out and enjoying Copenhagen? Thanks for joining though. Just doing more of these, like, because I do teaching anyway, so I have the whole setup, the mic and everything, and the OBS, etc. So, yeah, so I have all that set up. So I'm just, I don't know, like, it's a different avenue, right? It brings in another audience. I feel like with the teaching that I do, there's like certain levels that I can teach at, and people seem to be into it. And I don't know, teaching is a really good way to put pressure on yourself to make sure that you understand what it is you're talking about. So if you can teach it, then you're good. If you can teach it, then you're all good. That's what I'm trying to say. Such a dramatic stance. Yes, this is just a mixture of me doing some viz dev for that project I mentioned. So it's going to be a mixture of like outfits and characters and maybe some expressions. I'm not sure. I don't have too long, so I'm going to make the most of it. Just try and do as many sort of small time sketches as I can. See if I can work as fast as possible. Okay, gonna leave that as a warm-up sketch. Still happily married. Did you do anything this summer yet? No, actually, no. I've had this huge bill I've had to pay this year that's been astronomical. It was like £50,000, and nothing, nothing dodgy or anything like that. I didn't owe the mafia boss any money. I just something that sort of came out of the blue, and yeah, I had to pay that. It was kind of slightly unexpected, so it's kind of taken my whole year to do anything about it and to kind of pay it. So yeah, I'm slightly just getting out of that now, and once I'm out of it, I'll have some expendable monies, and with that, I can finally go on holiday and go and do something. Little pouty boy. This style always makes me want to play all Sega games. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. The this like I guess someone said before, it reminds them sometimes of like oh, what was it? It's like Dragon Quest or something. Dragon Quest slightly. I like Dragon Ball Z, so that might make sense. But there's a bunch of other stuff. I'm a Sega boy anyway. Like I got Genesis and Mega Drive posters of Sonic 2, Sonic Knuckles, Sonic 3, Street Fighter 2. A bunch of those old Sonic Sega Genesis games are good. Your Star Wars makes one play Sega. Yeah, Sega games. You're always welcome here. Oh, really? In Copenhagen, or do you mean back where you are? That was nice actually. I remember getting a little sort of informal invite to your wedding, and I really did consider it. It was just during COVID, wasn't it? And actually physically couldn't get there. But I think if it wasn't COVID, I generally would have come over for it, because that's so cute to be part of that. Little boy. If you ever visit Japan, do you think you'll visit areas like Akihabara, or are there other areas you'll be interested in? I don't know much about Akihabara, but I do Like oh, there's so many reasons to go to Japan, right? But I don't think mine is the classic Westerner wanting to go to Japan and see like the anime conventions and that kind of stuff. I like Dragon Ball Z. I liked Bleach. I watched a little bit of One Piece, and stuff. So I like it all. And obviously, it's, you know, I'm an artist, so I'm gonna appreciate art, especially from like 90s anime stuff style. But it's never been the main drive. The main drive was feudal Japan stuff. So like from the Koei Samurai Warriors games, there was a big like in the 2000s, I think, push for that. I used to play like Way of the Samurai. The Last Samurai was my favorite film when I was younger. You know, Samurai Warriors 1 and 2 and stuff, and just knowing the story and the characters behind that, and where the battles were. So I'd like to go to like Nagashino. Just obviously Osaka Castle. See all of the Shinto shrines, Yukimura statue, Shingen Takeda's. You know, it's that kind of thing rather than anything else. And I know that happened in and around like Tokyo and Osaka and Kyoto, and then maybe a little bit in the north. But apart from that, I don't think there was much else on the western front. But like I said, I don't know where any of this is. Yeah, what's in Akihabara? Is that where you live? Oh, I think you're Odawara then. Is Odawara named after like Nobunaga Oda and his clan? Is that what that is? Where like a lot of his stuff would be then, and a lot of that clan stuff would be, or it's a short film on Tokyo, well, like an hour. That's perfect. No, thanks for recommending that. No, and what's in was it Akihabara? Is that where you live, or is that somewhere else entirely? That finger would stick out a little bit more in this kind of walk. There we go. Straight line down to the leg. There we go. I live outside of Tokyo, but I work in Mikato, which is where all the old studios are, including Ghibli and Ghibli. That's so nice. Yeah, we still want to know, well, at least I know I do, I still want to know about your animation job and what you're doing there. It sounds so exciting. It sounds so exciting just to like be in Japan doing an animation job inside the areas where Ghibli were operating. Sounds like a dream. some sort of angry Squidward. And it's crashed. Just have to like really quickly refresh it. There we go. Fingers, you need some fingies. No pinky. It's crashed again. It's being like, see what I mean? As soon as it gets like a little bit of action, it crashes every time. It's so bad. You know when like you get so angry about something, like Photoshop going from, you know, one-off purchase to like subscription-based service, it's like that's all fine. But then when they keep updating it and you have like forced updates turned on just because obviously you want the latest thing, so that's all fine. Like you want the latest bug fixes, you want the latest patch, right? And then like they throw it out and it's just 10 times as buggy and they've completely changed things, and it's like it disrupts your workflow, which, you know, if you're in the industry and stuff, it's like time is money, so it keeps interrupting that. And it's like, I don't know, this just, all I'm saying is there should be something in the way that means that, you know, if it keeps doing this, I'm going to complain and see if I can't get them to patch it again or to do something. I know that like obviously everyone's going to have the same problem. If it's happening to everyone, they're going to fix it straight away, but it's still a problem, huh? Hey Kimmy, hero. Odawara is pretty neat though. It's known for its feudal history with ninja and samurai. I'll have to send some references, photos in Discord sometime. Please do, yeah. I was going to send something I've done, sort of the walks I've been on lately for stuff. Interesting references in the reference service. That's pretty good. Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great. And also just like, if ever I'm going to like Japan like imminently, or like if ever I book somewhere to actually go somewhere, I'll obviously send you a message and be like, hey hey, help, I'm coming. Don't know what to do, don't know where to go. Yeah, sorry, so I'm just drawing characters for anyone just showing up, but like Kimmy for example, or anyone turning up. I'm just doing characters for the game, the story that I work on. Just gonna invert these now. And these are just some of the random characters that I've been working on that I have in my head, so I'm just kind of like working through those. I don't have very long, so I was just gonna jump on to do some of this just to make sure I'm doing something. Whoops. There we go, that's kind of cute, right? Yeah, it's like an industrial steampunk kind of vibe, so there's trying to introduce more of that into this. Braces and baggy shirts and old-timey tights and boots. And there's some thick line art on the bottom here where the weight will be the most, and certainly at the back. This will have weight here. Under there a little bit. Bit of occlusion shadow in there. I'm going to Japan in September, October. Oh, nice, nice. I'm jealous. I'll take notes. It won't be unbearable hot in September, October. I think I might be going in February. Like, there's a small plan to maybe go in February. That's nice, Kimmy. No, that's nice. Any reason for going? Is it for work? Is it for pleasure, holiday, family? Yeah, that's kind of cute. I'll keep that over here somewhere. I have this one character that's, maybe you can help me. I have this one character that's okay, so he's quite old, so he's like 60, 70, maybe even 80, it doesn't matter, so he looks kind of old. And he's had steampunk sort of body modifications on him, but they haven't been for the better, they've been for the worse. So like say at one point he and the reason he's had these steampunk modifications that haven't been great is that he's gone to this doctor that's obsessed with like what is in this world new technology, so industrial steam, coal powered things, clockwork, etc. And it's been fine, but it's been because it's new technology, they're not amazing. So I want this old man that has like body modifications that aren't so great for him. Maybe like at one point in his 30s or 40s he had a bad back, and then he thought, oh okay, I'll go to the doctor, and this doctor's an experimental ex-toy maker now, sort of wanting to integrate humans with steampunk industrial stuff, and has done some sort of experimenting on this old guy. And then over time, like because that bad back, to fix that bad back, maybe he replaced part of the spine with metal, and that's like injecting his blood with, you know, poisons and stuff, and lead poisoning maybe, and he's permanently crippled over, and just stuff like that, you know. So like maybe he's got like a one of those really cool like anime poisoned hands, but instead of poison it's just steampunk kind of growing into him. It's a little cliche, but it's the reasoning behind it is hopefully, and it's crashed again. I'm so sick of it lately. I've updated like 2 days ago and it's crashed maybe like 40 times, and I've barely been on Photoshop in that time. Won't be able to survive the Asia heat. Well, I won't be able to survive Asia heat. Asia heat? Oh, is that Asia heat? And then like, I'm such a boomer. Is that Asian heat and then like a reaction, or like a lol, or like a hee hee, or is that Asian heat, kek or keek? I don't know. Such a boomer dad, honestly. I just stick with Lamau. I'm just a Lamau boy. So yeah, I'm thinking like, you know, old man, so yeah, little head, maybe big nose, possible beard coming off that nose, old eyes, sort of old tired eyes, big nose, maybe sort of droopy moustache, droopy down moustache, because he's kind of hermited as well. He's like, the point was he had all this body modification, it wasn't working, and finally he said, no, I'm gonna give up and go live in the forest somewhere. And that's what one of the characters that we meet kind of early on. So I'm just going to big ears as well, obviously old man, big ears, big nose, and now from here we can kind of maybe a little head, yeah, little forehead. I'm using kind of squares on this old man a lot, so the nose is kind of squared, the beard ends are kind of squared because squares are sort of stubborn shapes, so old man, stubborn, square, etc. So maybe the overall box shape of this character should fit nicely within a square. So if I keep that in mind, I'll keep that there, lower the opacity so it doesn't influence me too much. And then I'm thinking like he's like bent over or keeled over, so it's so you have some sort of like this shape, you know, back like this, maybe like skinny arms, holding a staff, something like this. Just gonna thumbnail it in real quick, thicken my brush so I don't waste any more time. Maybe he's holding the floor because his back is bent over so much. Bit of a neck, bit of a skinny neck there. Throw in like cloth on top of him because he's maybe a little bit shy about the modifications. Maybe this arm or this arm can be totally modified. Maybe he's more like a, maybe he's ingrained in the nature and he's kind of a little bit beetle like, or some sort of amphibian, because he's kind of ostracized himself to the forest, so maybe he can take on animal like qualities now that he's been in here. Maybe he's got a really long neck. Maybe that was part of the extension. Just riffing here, trying to keep it within this box shape too. So his legs are gonna come down maybe there. Big pants because he's an old man, so the pants will be up here. I think Kek came from World of Warcraft, right? Is it Kek or Keek? What is it? Teach me. I don't know what it is. Keek. Keek is like, it sounds like it'll be like a giggle, like just a little giggle. Legs here. I might have to adjust the shape a little bit. I followed a reference sketch for this character once and it was kind of similar to this. Big feet because old men's just some stuff just doesn't stop growing, and if I slightly turn them inwards it'll feel a little bit more like off balance if his feet are turned inwards like that. He's not holding anything with that stick now, is he? There we go. So maybe that can be a bit more down. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Maybe just some more throws that he's just thrown on himself. Maybe like the way old people kind of throw blankets over their legs when they're cold. Maybe he can just have that vibe of having like just walking out in his pajamas or walking outside in rags and throws and like constant blankets. Like they're not torn like he's some sort of time traveling cable character with like a really like nice, you know, he's not adventurous. It's just so they're not going to be dirty or with holes in them. They could have a few holes in them or whatever, but they're more going to be like cliched, sort of like maybe just nice blankets with like a nice pattern on the side, because that's what old people have, right? There we go. Maybe some slight hair coming out of the nose. He's looking over there because he's curious. Can't see behind him because of the big hump. Whoops. Something like that, maybe. Doesn't fit quite within the square, but if I just shrink him down, you know, he's square-like, isn't he? I could go a little bit further on the width. No, that's actually more like a square. Yeah, that's kind of perfect. I can like obviously square him off then at the top, like because I'm rounding him off at the moment. So maybe like this comes up and it gets squared off, and it's a really artificial back. Maybe this beard comes down and completely squares off. No, you don't have to reinforce it too much, otherwise you will just end up with a square, you know. But Kek. Oh, it's Kek. Okay, what does it mean, Asian heat Kek? Oh, I feel out of the loop. I'm missing out. Whoops. There we go, so there's the character. Now we just got to clean him up, add some line art, add some details while we're doing this. Probably details first. Some more definitive shapes. Basically just means lol. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm fine then. That's good. That's good. I'll stick with my Lamau. But Kek is Kek is cute. Kek. What time is it for you, Carmine? Is it like super? It must be super late or quite late. Early hours in the morning, maybe? And what if I just sort of stretch his mouth down as it's coming around? Don't like the face. Let's do something with like a slightly larger head, eyes maybe here, bushy eyebrows. Smaller nose, glasses maybe? And it's crashed again. It's 1 in the morning. Nice. I just can't sleep and I decided tomorrow because I get to see Game Grumps Trash Day show tomorrow in Tokyo. Oh, I know both of those people. Those things. Such a boomer. Yeah, I know both those things. I don't watch Trash Taste too much unless like Abroad in Japan is on it or something because I quite like him. But I know Game Grumps. I know those two. Is it Dan and someone else? Really love their like Sonic Adventure cover, or at least when they covered that, which is now like I don't know, like almost 10 years ago. Yeah, this works, yeah. Slightly more measurable. I'll get my sketch brush out because it's still experimental sketch stage stuff. Do this because I kind of quite like how opaque it is, and it doesn't mean it feels like I don't have to be too proper with it. If I make his neck super long, so hairy with some warts on it, maybe. So that jowly thing old people have. Don't want to make it too big, otherwise it'll take away from this shape here. Something like that. Glasses that go over. Big ears might be too much now though. He looks like a little pheasant, which is good because I wanted to kind of like animal features to come into this guy. Hi Dreamer, hi, your art is amazing. What are you working on right now? Is this for a game? Hi Dreamer, thanks for joining. Yeah, no, it's for a it's for a little story that I'm working on. You know, all artists, you know, they either work for client art or they also have like their own stories in their head. This is just one of mine that I've been working on for maybe like 10 years now. Don't have much to it, but it's one of those that you always come back to when I got a bit of free time, and the story changes slightly every time, so it's just kind of one of those really. And yeah, I'm just doing I did a few characters here before at the start, just this kind of stuff really, just like warm-up sketches more than anything. And now I'm just working on one of the key characters for the story. Just changed his face from this kind of slightly generic old man to this slightly more amphibian thing. I kind of want him to be ostracized and steampunk-esque. So I'm going to do like a blazer thing here. Like tight and ill-fitting blazer because it's all steampunky, so that's the fashion. Double-breasted maybe. Well, you can't see it. But yeah, and then he's got a little shirt that he's modified to fit his new physique. Something like that. There we go, something like that. So he's still wearing his old boy clothes, and then come down here and he's tucked his shirt in. I'll worry about the details later. Maybe this can be like a big blazer over the top. Like the only clothes that'll fit him now is like a size XXL, even though it's not his fault. It's not really a weight issue. So that's what will make this square up here as well, because the blazers kind of have that square finish, don't they? A little rough because it's probably the only clothes he has, so I'm going to rough up the edges a little bit. I'm trying to work a little faster now that I've got to kind of wrap up in the next 10-15 minutes. But you know, when you can have that, like, it'll look a little posh, but you can have that where if you've lost your arm, then you kind of have like a little stitched up blazer arm here, and maybe the stitching could be starting to tear on this as well because it's old. Do it this side as well, shade in that to create some nice contrast for that side. Might be down there as well, but I got this arm coming out. Okay, so arms, skinny biceps, bones popping out where the bones will be, obviously. Not too skinny though, just something like skinny here, and then he's got some muscle here. Oh, maybe I wanted this to be the bionicle arm now. And it's crashed again. God, thank you, Adobe. Dan and Aaron, oh yeah, Dan and Aaron, their Sonic playthroughs are so much fun. Are pretty funny to watch. Yeah, that's the ones like the Sonic Adventure, not Advance. Sonic Adventure ones were really cool. So funny. I miss watching. I might watch them later now. That's like content for later. But no, they're going around with trash tapes. Are they? What are they doing? Do they watch anime? Are they into it? I know they read like Sonic fan fiction one time. That was really cool. Maybe you can just have one arm. Yeah, just one arm. It's crashed again. See, it's just totally random. Little hollow bit in there as the bone sticks out, but the muscle also it's crashed again. Don't know what's going on. I'm gonna close it and open again. Thanks, Adobe. I want to see Game Grumps in Montreal, but it's right after my trip. Game Grumps, do they tour then? Are they actually touring? What do they do when they tour? I know they're funny people, but without playing a game, like short of playing a game, what do they do? Or do they play a game on stage? Is it like I know a podcast that I watch over here called Happy Hour, they did a tour, and it was just them talking on stage with a few, I don't know, topics of the moment, I guess. But that's what they do in their podcast, so it kind of makes sense. Little knobbly knees from a boy. Or maybe he can have that, you know, where it's kind of old-fashioned. What are they called? Sort of trousers that come down to the shin bit and then the rest is tights. But instead of that, I'm just going to have like bionicle, steampunky features. Inverted thigh, to show that it's kind of a lot smaller. This can be a real leg, not that it makes much difference, it's the same sort of shape. Still turned inwards for the feetsies. There we go, getting somewhere. Probably needed a few more warm-up sketches just to get used to what it was I was doing. This is cool, right? A little pocket down in there maybe. Do they have pockets? They do now. Again, square off the pockets, keeping that square visual language. Any opportunity you got to reinforce it, do so, and it'll be more visually coherent. Like, because you don't think of that sometimes, you could have just been, oh, like, just put a pocket on there, you know. But anytime you got to reinforce that, any opportunity you have to reinforce that, that'd be good. So we've thrown this blazer on. What is all of this up here? So this could be where the mech kind of started. I'll need a proper visual design for the actual mech that's on here, but for now, you know, just make it generic looking, sort of like panels of mech. maybe some sort of number plate sketching, detail bits down here, and then the rest can be like breathing space in between there, and some more panels. Something like that for now. I know it's a little off center, but can correct that in the cleanup sketch. This guy's mouth is down here, little tufts, 1, 2, big, medium, and small. A little shadow underneath that. There we go. Neck. Yeah, look at his neck. Where are we? Oh, it's my first live show of theirs, but from what I've heard, they do play games, so they have events where they can have the fans play games as well. I think I'll let you know after tomorrow. Yeah, let me know. If it's streamed or something, I'll watch it. Yeah, it's just constantly looking for content. Have fun there, send us pics. Yeah, please send us pics. Yeah, put it on the Discord server as well, just like flood it. What a nice old man. I know he's he was once a nice old man, but now he's jaded. Annoyed that the choices he made about the steampunk improvements by a doctor that didn't know what he was doing. But he's fine, he's cute, look at him. He's harmless. He actually helps in the story. I'm doing the comic very, very slowly. Like, I'm doing storyboards for it, and then those storyboards get turned into panels based off what comes before and after, and then like it all gets aligned, and it takes ages to do these kinds of things when you're not doing it full time, you know. Even when you are doing it full time, it takes ages. So guidelines reinforcing the shape of the neck there. There we go. Maybe do a little comic shading down here. Can avoid the detail then. His other arm, I could do like, you know, bionicle arm coming out of here or something. Yeah, that's a really good, that's a really good hand. I could do, yeah, sort of. Where would that be? Somewhere there, and then down here. And down here, yeah, he's gonna, yeah, it's gonna be kind of almost amphibian-like, so that could be quite cool. If it's just dragging alongside, like it's, yeah, it could be steampunk, but it's completely broken. Like some of the tools are loose, some of the bolts are loose up here, so there's no sort of pull function. So it's just kind of like this mangled hand following behind. Could be good, right? Could be fun. Could be gross. But yeah, we're almost done. We can quickly chuck some. We can quick some color on him, just to make sure that he's like, he looks good for the thumbnail or whatever, or it started, or you get something else out of this. You know, everyone wants to talk about color, so maybe I'll just do that. If I put like, if I put the blazer coming down here, does that interrupt the silhouette too much? And it's going to be all black anyway, but it still might interrupt the silhouette. It's going to bring nice contrast, but is it too much then if I just, yeah, have that blazer in the background there? No, I don't think so. I think that's okay, right? Obviously depends on the style. He looks like he tells his grandchildren war stories and they love it. Oh, yeah, that's what he looks like. Yeah, he's been through the wars. He's been through the wars. The other guy looks a little bit just Mario. This guy though. Yeah, I like this. I like this. It's pretty good. Old man kind of patch on here. Gotta have a patch. Little bit more damage, bit of decay as he's walking around, just getting scraped and stuff. Oh, his cane, yeah. So his cane's obviously going to be, well, not obviously, it could be Could be made of wood. As he's kind of rejected anything made of metal, so he goes off into the woods, and his cane is now made of wood. But that could be one of the elements that I changed to have like a steampunk influence. So like maybe this guy went to the doctor, the steampunk doctor, for his bad back, and he was keeled over, and the doctor just sort of stuck in some mechanical things that broke after a year, and it's permanently bent him over. And then the doctor tried to fix that by saying like, well, maybe we can make your whole hand super long so you can hold yourself up or something. And then he tried that with this hand, but this broke too. And then he's like, I could try it with the other hand, and the old guy's like, nah, don't do that, that's too much. That's too much. You've already broken my back and my arm. And then maybe he's got like a few internal issues, like I don't know, stomach problems or something, which makes, you know, just, I've crashed again. Just trying to think up, I don't have like the exact specifics of the character yet, but all I know is the broad strokes, which is influenced negatively by steampunk alterations to the body, and is old and jaded about that fact, and has been a recluse in the wild ever since, because he wanted to reject it all. Sort of slightly supposed to be a commentary on a bunch of things, really, like a little bit generic, but a bunch of kind of using technology that hasn't advanced yet, and not knowing the consequences of it until later down the line. It's supposed to be a little bit of a commentary on AI as well, right? That, you know, you jump to these first solutions, but where do they leave us after experimentation has been done? You know, sometimes it takes 70 years to know what something is. You know, it takes a lifetime to know. So that's it's a little commentary on things like that, but that's what the character's supposed to bring to the story. He's only a minor character, but whoa, someone's cutting grass. I don't think it's Josh. Just shut the window there. Okay, where were we? Yeah, might chuck some colour on this guy now. Yeah, I appreciate you all coming to join me anyway. I'm trying to do better on the YouTubes. Just because, like, just trying to increase the revenue streams, right? If YouTube does, if YouTube does very well, then I'll get an extra cup of coffee a week or something, you know. So I know I'm not going to get anywhere near any real money from YouTube. It's just a way to bring in other people to the Discord server, have a little look around, see if I can offer anything. Possible collaborations with other YouTubers to learn things. Get new students, see if this could help anybody. He's got 3 hairs left. There we go. Cool, this is our character. So I'm going to yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, it's, yeah, that's yeah, it's fine. I can add I can like push detail into this by putting like a little pocket in there or something, or making the etching, sort of do the dirt on there. So you know, it can be more interesting than just a black silhouette. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's kind of done, right? I think so. Remove the undersketch, remove that, and yeah, now let's paint some value. So I got a little filler brush. Gonna go with a darker value. Gonna increase the color of the background there, not too much, because I'm also going to just put a flat gradient on there of lighter to darker. Too much. There we go, something like that. What a gradient for a background does is make it so you can kind of tell the relative values, whether it's a dark value or a light value or mid. It reads differently against different values around it, right? Because the colors, everything is relative to what's right next to it. So So what am I trying to say? So yeah, if there's a gradient in the background, then you can test that same value against multiple values that are right next to it, so it looks more true to what it is, or at least it seems more true as you're painting it. But if you have too much of a gradient in the background, then I don't know, for like graphic designers, if they wanted to make sure that the graphic design is always against a white background and the gradient that they did in the background was too dark, then they won't be hitting the brief because they'll be using values that are too light or colors that are too light, and then against a background that's the logo will never see a background that dark, so there's no point. So yeah, something like that is why I gradient the background subtly. It's also slightly more visually interesting, right, than just a flat background. And it takes about 2 seconds to do. Filling in this now so we can have a non-destructive workflow. I don't want to go with like anything too environmentally influenced for the color palette. I think I'll go with something just like local color, like a clean design sketch. So yeah, kind of local colors for him. Right, duplicate that, so we've got a clean one there, and then this base layer, I'll build it out with clipping masks. So oh, there is Discord server. Can I find the link? Yeah, I'll get that for you now. I think the link might be on Instagram. Yeah, the link's kind of everywhere. Really, it's in YouTube videos. It's all over the place. I'm getting it for you just now though. Pasting it in the chat. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So what am I gonna do? Local color. So I'm gonna use some sort of sort of light old man skinny peach color, Caucasian. Slightly greened though, slightly desaturated as he's gotten older. Almost like a sickly look. I could even push that a little bit more, just for the sickly. Ooh, no, too much. Just for the sickly look, something like that. A little bit darker as well. We'll get some color in there, something like that. This is all local color, so it'll change based off shadow and light and stuff. It's against a white background, so primarily going to be dark colors. So that's the base. The thing that I'm thinking of now is like, what's the next thing on top of the skin, like as you're building up an outfit. And I think maybe like some classic old man brown for this. I throw the colors on real quick because I know that by the end of me just selecting a bunch of colors, they're not going to exactly be cohesive, complementary or any of that. I should have done the t-shirt first because that's underneath, obviously. So I'm going to do a little t-shirt. It's going to be classic white. I might change these more to like blue, bluey colors, but we'll see. Like cooler colors, sorry, cooler colors like blues and greens instead of browns. But yeah, brown waistcoat, and then like this cliched kind of blue, desaturated, really dark blue for the blazer. Wanted this like professor look to him, but not too much, and I think it might be a little bit too much. I don't know if I make the trousers blue as well. It might look a little bit more like a suit, which is not what I want. I mean, it's not bad. I can change it later, I suppose. So trousers, because it's the same blue, I'm gonna join those layers together. On top of that, then would be underneath that would be the steampunk legs and shoes. So I'll do the shoes as like these cute little brown things. I didn't really actually render any of the shoes, so it's just going to be a basic color. There we go, that's the feetsies. And then on top is the mustache and beard. eyebrows, all cute. Underneath that though, I'll put the steampunk stuff, so all miscellaneous stuff. So I'm gonna do this is a miscellaneous brown wooden stick, and then the steampunk stuff can be like this sort of industrial red. It's gonna have a lot of grey in there as well. So dirty. I never wanted my steampunk colours to be like gold and sort of gold and muddy and stuff like that. You know, silver maybe, a little bit of that, but not too much, because I don't know, it's kind of boring. I wanted it to be a little bit more like Star Wars here, like a junkyard steampunk thing. So that's kind of cool there. I'm going to remove the colour on this sleeve and paint in the white on the shirt layer so it's all cohesive. Maybe he should be wearing a sleeves, but I don't think so. Back to the miscellaneous layer to get this in, and I'm going to do this as like a metal hand too. Here we go. So the flats are in. They don't look amazing, so what I'm going to do is increase the saturation on the skin a little bit and bring it over. Build things up now. So the white shirt is nice, but I think I'm going to make it more blue. I'm going to make things a little bit more bluey and green. I'm going to make this like a green blazer instead, something like that, so it looks a little bit more sort of natural and earthy. That might mean his shoes need to be greened. It looks a little weird though. Could keep with brown because we have brown on the stick. This is kind of okay. I think like a little bit more teal would be fine though. A little bit more colour in there. There we go. And yeah, the steampunk stuff is the same, just tiny bit of colour and a little bit darker. Cool. That's miscellaneous stuff, right? So I'm going to do the glasses like that too. There we go. Like eroded metal most. Yeah, exactly, like eroded, like I'm gonna do well, I assume you mean for the steampunk thing here. Yeah, I'm gonna do like sort of cool down, like the edges, like it's been painted and the edges of the paint have come off to revealing the silver underneath, something like that. Yeah, let's get all that in there as well. Certainly be like eroded on the side of this, and almost certainly all over the fingers as that's dragged across the floor, so all the paint is kind of come off that. Kind of see an example of that here, and on the edges here too. So yeah, something like that as the texture. And cool. Yeah, he's okay. I think he's okay. I think we could add a little bit of I think maybe even his feet I think could be like skin color or something. We just he's got his feet out or something. I'll be okay with that. Now that's all the flats, so I'm gonna grab all of them, group him up. There he is. There's the silhouette. There he is too, and duplicate that layer so I have all the flats. And now it's crashed again. There we go. So now I want to like inject more color. So I want this like I don't like the skin color, so I think what I'm gonna do is just make it a little bit more, maybe even go like supernatural with it and make it kind of a dark sort of green. Let's try green with throwing things on it. I mean, that's kind of weird. That's kind of cool, I guess. that blends in more with the blazer. Now if I blend the blazer a little bit darker as a local color, that skin pops out of the shell now, so it's almost like this shell is the badness that he's in, and like all of these, like the feet, the hands and the head are popping out of that, like it's like a black and white contrast, so it's like a human versus machine contrast. The where's his mustachio? There it is. Like, I'm just going to darken this as well, just a little bit artificially darken it. Like that, add some gradients. So that's what I'm going to do now, is start adding the gradient to stuff. So like, so there's a little texturing underneath all of this. Like I'm thinking about light, but I'm mainly thinking about sort of still local color. So if this skin color, greeny skin color, moved a little bit more skin color, then I could do something like that. If like on the hands and the feet, not the feet actually, just the hands and the head were a little bit more like that. It's not a light source, it's just a, obviously it acts a little bit like a light source when you're lightening it up, but it's still like a junk cover car salesman. Yeah, that's kind of, that's a little bit of the vibe. Yeah, that's funny. Junk car salesman. Yeah, so a little bit of texturing with all of these things now. So I'm just going to texture the bottom of this waistcoat a little bit darker, get some more colour in there, and I gotta speed up now, gotta go fast. Trousers a little bit darker, or pants a little bit darker, and then this bit here a little bit darker too. And now we can get sort of subtle. Now I'm not going to use any sort of hard opaque brush. I'm going to use a brush with a little bit of transfer on it, and I'm going to go in and kind of muddy up this, muddy up these edges here. Find a colour that works good for mud against that blue, which is just warming it up to the purple. And yeah, get all that muddy colour in. This can be the same thing. It's not going to look like mud because the shape is different, and it has like obviously line art around it, so you can tell it's not quite the same as what this is. Different shape language. There we go. Muddy that up there. Muddy all over there. Just get some texture in, and then go over the lines. That's fine. It just suggests that there's sort of muddying in that area. Dots a bit around as well, maybe a little bit more at the bottom where the hand has kind of knocked things over. Top of that pocket, there we go. Edge of these trousers. Yeah, it's getting somewhere. Might do the same thing for the blazer here. I might just bring in some brown buttons there. No, not brown, sort of more yellow, as it lends itself well to the yellowy skin color we got. Just going to artificially add like gaps in between there as it's really tight. What's this? Oh, Photoshop's crashed. Of course it has. I see what I mean. It's like unbelievable. It's crashed again the second I opened it. What the? Something seriously wrong with it. Just gonna complain or something to Adobe. So yeah, same thing here. I'm just gonna muddy up some of these colors. So muddy up the edges of this and kind of down here and around the collar a little bit. It's not supposed to be too dirty, and I think that's kind of enough really there. So now it's crashed again. If it crashes one more time, I'm gonna have to call it quits because I can't work like this. The stuff I'll start to do now, well, that's all the texturing, right? That's kind of all the texturing. I can go in and do a little bit more of like see these warts here, I'll make them a little bit blue so the colour stands off a little bit different, but not by too much. The value mainly does most of the work. Do want it a little bit more blue though. There, maybe I'll add around that one and that one there. Maybe add some of these, add some of these things that are going to adapt to the lighting really well because they're a different value and colour. So I'm going to do that there, and then I probably should render these toes a little bit more or something, but it's alright for now. There we go, and underneath there as well, to get some artificial shadows in these areas, using the same colour so it's all kind of cohesive. Maybe even there as well, but make that into something like a artificial gill or ear. There we go. Cool. Okay. I don't really have time to do the colouring, but I'm going to do a really quick colour. Rather fickle program to work with sometimes, isn't it? It is. It's never crashed on me in like 3 or 4 years, and then I updated it the other day because I was just like, I went through my stuff and it seemed that it needed an update. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll update it. And then all of a sudden, just completely, it's just the worst. It's crashed again. All right, that's it. I'm done. I can't do it. I'll colour it next time. There he is, though. Where is he to? Oh, did I lose all the work? I lost all the work. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. On the last one where I gave up is when I lose all the work for it. Yeah, I saved it though. I clicked Control S. I don't know why I lost it. That is exactly what I deserve for trying to do a little YouTube stream. Okay, yeah, I'll go back on the. I'll fill it in real quick. I'm probably not going to stream the rendering of this character unless it's super interesting, or I sort of fix up the character a little bit off stream, and go from there. But I could do another one tomorrow. There's some time. It'll be more of a fun rendering then. It's not less of a like concentrating on design solutions. But yeah, that's the first time it's crashed on me. And at least you have pastrami, my goodness, dude. I know, yeah, no, that's the first time it's ever crashed on me. In, like I said, I literally said 3 or 4 years it's never crashed on me, and it literally did just then. All right, that's fine. I'm just gonna go smash up a desk or something. Yeah. Adobe's been fine for 3 or 4 years. What can I say? Just never update. If Adobe's working fine for you, don't update it. Just never update it, because I've lost the actual version that I went back to as well. I have to like figure out which one it was. I don't know if I can do that. Creative Cloud stuff. But my goodness, that's annoying. But anyway, yeah, here's the result of our work. Black and white sketch. What am I gonna say here? Just a lovely message. Don't buy Adobe. There we go. Just start a phase, show your terrible art and say don't buy Adobe, because half of it was deleted in the purge. There you go, guys. Thank you very much. Cried. Oh, Photoshop's been funny with me recently too. It's mental, isn't it? It's must be an update or something. Thanks for joining though. I do have to shoot off. I'm gonna finish this and put it on the server anyway, so like tonight or whenever, in between work. But yeah, thanks for joining. I'll talk to you later. Remember, don't update Adobe. I should change it to don't update Adobe. I'm never gonna get endorsed for that. Don't buy Adobe. I want money. I want sponsorships. Just not from Adobe.